Well, the Dallas Cowboys lost this season 30-24, but what a gallant effort they made to try to come back. We're about to talk about it live right here on the replay. Y'all ready? Let's get into this thing, y'all. We got to talk about it. I know it's tough, but we got to talk about it. Let's go. Good evening. Welcome again. We are live. This is the replay where we're still trying to make your day. I'm your host, Jabril A. Rashad, and we are talking about the Dallas Cowboys losing to the 49ers once again, the San Francisco 49ers, 30-24. And I just don't know what to say. There was a lot of mistakes that was made in the game, but at the same time, it should have never even got to that point. I thought Dallas came out, had a pretty decent first half. They was on point. They came in. You could see they had many times where they had a six-man front where they were stopping the run. So I knew they put a emphasis, made a point of reference and emphasis to stop the run. That's exactly what they did. They came in as game busters, and we had a great appreciation for that. But once again, it was no complimentary football between the offense and the defense, and that's where we stumble once again, guys. Don't really know what to say. The San Francisco 49ers seems to have our number. And so, I got a buddy of mine, great friend of mine, he's a diehard San Francisco 49ers fan, man. And he said that the 49ers was going to lose, the Cowboys would win, the 49ers would lose. I thought that his prediction was going to be correct because he normally calling a good shot when it comes to Dallas Cowboys, because he said we normally win the game we're supposed to lose and lose the games that we're supposed to win. But it didn't happen that way. I thought Dallas made a gallant effort to try to fight and come back. But again, close but no horseshoes. But let's talk about it. There was a lot of mistakes that was made in this game. I think starting out, like I said again, and I'm going to some of my notes, key points to the game that I thought how we played in the first half. We came out, like I said, Cowboys, they got to stop 3rd down and 5. They had a fullback handoff that was early in the first quarter. Early in the first quarter, it was 3rd and 5, and they tried to do a handoff, which I questioned that play calling. I really questioned that play calling. Then right after that, you had a Dak interception with 4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first quarter. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first quarter. We ain't even in the second quarter yet. And once again, Dak Prescott throws an interception. And that didn't really hurt us. They came back with a 2nd and 14 draw play to Zeke in the first quarter. Was a great game. Then they had a 3rd down and 4 pickup with CeeDee Lamb. But right after CeeDee Lamb picked up the first down, Dak was sacked by Nick Bosa. That was in the second quarter. He was just certain keys to the game. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. He was sacked by Nick Bosa. And then Dallas got a first down, of course, going to the tight end Ferguson. I thought it was a decent game plan. We was methodical, taking what San Francisco 49ers was giving us. Normally, we always having some issues or some problems with their linebackers. And not to say that we played a clean game offensively, but we took what they gave us. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. But again, close but no horseshoe, it just wasn't enough. There was a pass interference that we all saw. I don't know, tomatoes. I kind of thought, they was kind of clogged up there for a second, but it just seemed like their receiver given the opportunity to, bump into Donovan Wilson. He did exactly that, and that freed the guy open. And of course, he caught the touchdown. But my thing is simply this, and I've said this and been on record, regarding the Dallas Cowboys and their safeties. We got some horrible safeties, man. I can't stand these safeties that we have. I wanted Malik Hooker And I'm on record. If you go back and look at some of my comments on the last couple of episodes here on the replay, I talked about Malik Hooker. This guy was a former first-round draft pick out of the University of Ohio State, and he came over from the Indianapolis Colts. He had an Achilles heel, and just really haven't been, playing the same since we got him. If he's around the ball, he's not picking off the ball. And if you notice, there was a touchdown in the second half by the rookie running back Guillermo or whatever his name, Guillermo, right there on the goal line. If y'all go back and watch the replay, this guy didn't even come up and fill the hole up. He stood there as this running back ran straight up the middle. It was about a 2-yard touchdown on the goal line, and Malik Hooker just looked at him basically. And so we don't have playmaking safeties. Then you get a one-on-one coverage with the tight end George Kittle. And Donovan Wilson, I don't know if he got mud on his feet, man. He's running in quicksand or whatever, but our safeties just don't rally to the ball. There are no playmakers. They get around the ball. They don't intercept the ball. I don't think that we have interceptions between neither safety. I'm speaking about the safety, not the corners, but our safeties, Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. I don't think between the two of them, neither one of them have an interception this year. They play just horrible, man. And I'm on record. I said several years ago when the Miami Dolphins was having a fire sale, they allowed Minkah Fitzpatrick to get away, former first-round pick from the University of Alabama, and Pittsburgh Steelers got him. I was happy with that when Dallas didn't get him. At least Pittsburgh got him. But all he did the following week, man, was pick off interception, running back for a touchdown. Then he had a fumble scoop return for a touchdown, all in the same game. And Dallas never went and got this guy. And now you left with guys like Malik Hooker. I don't know what they're going to do, when trade deadline come up, man, but they got to move some pieces around. I would rather see the young safety Bell back there, perhaps Bell and Wanye Thomas, number 30, back there playing safety. Because right now, man, we just don't get nothing from the safety position. George Kittle made these guys look like they was playing on a JV level, if you ask me. They have no speed, can't track down the ball. It's just sad. It's really sad. So, I don't think going forward, man, we can work with these safeties in this particular defense, because usually when you run the 4-3, you're going to ask a lot from your safeties, and they're going to have to be able to come down in the box to make tackles, and that's all it is to it. They're going to have to make tackles. Another thing is when we look at this game overall, Dallas, again, they did not capitalize on opportunities that I thought. And this was a type of game where you miss guys like a Michael Parsons because of the pressure that he brings. There were times when I thought Purdy, man, was set up beautifully for a sack or something. They kind of got to him, man, late in, fourth quarter. But again, it just wasn't enough. We tried running the ball. I thought we did a little bit better, but then we got away from the run. And I did not quite understand why did they try to go deep to Turpin, Devontae Turpin, on those deep routes, that go route. I know you're trying to get, he's a fast guy, a little quick guy, but he's 5'7". He's 5'7". He didn't get any separation on none of those throws that Dak threw down there. And it was a 3rd down and a 10. And I just didn't understand, why wouldn't this guy try to work at least the short field or the middle of the field, or keep trying to keep, CeeDee Lamb on the run. But he actually threw 2 deep balls to 5'7" Devontae Turpin, and there's no way this guy's going to jump and compete for that ball because he didn't create any separation. So I thought that was just a waste, 2 wasted plays right there. Let's see, the Cowboys did, they came up big on defense. They stopped the 49ers on a 3rd down situation, as well as a 4th down situation. I think a 4th and 3, the 49ers had the ball in the 2nd quarter. But, actually, there was a pass where Deebo Samuel actually dropped the ball when they went for it on 4th and 3. But Dallas did get a chance to get that ball back. And then also on a 3rd and a 7, on the 11-yard line, the 49ers got stopped. So the defense, they played, but they was on the field a whole lot tonight. Offense kind of got started late, but it was just too late. And we just can't, we have to be consistent and play complementary football. They're not doing one minute you got the defense, doing their thing, and then the next minute you got the offense doing their thing, and the defense is not doing their thing, and herein lies the problem. I don't really know where they go from here because they're 3-4. That makes them 3-4, so it's 2 games back of the Washington Commanders, who won a Hail Mary with a lucky pass. That game just, oh man, I was just totally discombobulated with that. But at the same time, it is what it is. They're sitting at the top of the NFC East at 5-2, tied with the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're now 2 games behind. I don't know how we make up ground, because I'm gonna tell you, it does not get any easier. The Dallas Cowboys have to play the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons been playing pretty good football of late. I know you guys, man, y'all can shout out in the comment and tell me what you think in your regards to how the Cowboys, if you think, and y'all can check this out in the comment, if you think that the Dallas Cowboys, the way they played it late in the 4th quarter, I know CeeDee Lamb kind of got hot, caught the 2 touchdown passes, what have you. Do you all think that that's going to be a carryover? I don't necessarily think so. Shout out to my boy Curtis, man. Like he in the house with me. What's up, Blow? Yeah, man. I thought DA told you to hold off for a minute before you make that prediction, man. But I gotta put you up there. You say what we take let me put your comment up so everybody else can see it, man. We take it, had me thinking for a minute. Cowboys done, I don't see them, and then win another game this year. It's always next year. Yeah, you know what, Blow? Man, let me tell you something. I know they said, on any given Sunday, anything can happen, but I just don't see where you can continue to drop games like this, man, and build on them. Because I don't know what you can say you can build on a game like this, but when your defense plays had a good scheme in the first half, man. They was 6-man up on the line. They were stopping the run, doing everything they were supposed to do. Then we come out the second half, and Aubrey, our great field goal kicker, man, he does something, man, that was it was uncanny. Let me put it like that. It wasn't like him. Kick the ball off, man. They get the ball on the 40-yard line or what have you, and then George Kittle, man, he catches the ball and go for 43 yards on a 43-yard reception, and then from there on, y'all go down and score again. Again, Cowboys try to come back. They had a holding on Kittle after a big run by the young rookie running back, came in, did his thing for you guys. Let's see, the 49ers had a 3rd and 15. The Cowboys stopped them on that. Then they took a field goal, 44-yard field goal. Which again, I made that helped made the game 30-17. From there, I really thought the game was over with. But again, back come Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott. He had an interception in the 3rd quarter with 11 minutes and 37 seconds, I believe, left in the 3rd quarter. Dak Prescott did it to us again. Throws another pick. So, 49ers get the ball on the 30-yard line, and next thing you know, they in for another touchdown on that little rug route or pick. They thought it was a pass interference, but they didn't call it that way, so it is what it is. But I just don't know, guys. Y'all can chat in the comment. I mean, I'm just on record. I have no problem in quarterbacks getting their money when you really that dude, when you really that guy. But Dak, he's not. I said it, man, and I'm gonna stick with that. He's not a 60 million guy. He's just not, man. He's not a $60 million quarterback. He's just not. And I don't know how many of these quarterbacks are, to be honest with you. Because I was telling someone earlier, I said, well, if you have relegated the running back position to hardly anything, they're not even paying these running backs. What make you think you can just give these quarterbacks all this money, man? They haven't done anything. They just haven't done anything. And so Dak Prescott is sitting around here making $60 million when we had, and I know, back then when Troy Aikman played, I mean, even if you was paying him $8, $9, $10, $12 million, whatever it was a lot of money for back then. But at least in principle, the game haven't really changed other than the pass and offense concept, the RPOs. But the principle of the game, man, they've been calling cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 5, zero coverage. They've been doing that, man, since I was playing ball. Trust me, those principles haven't changed. So when you haven't taken a team at least to the NFC Championship game, and you think that you are deserving, Nah, I would have held out, man. I would have said, you know what, I'm gonna roll the dice. I think you make a lot of money off the field with your endorsements. You quarterback in the most valued franchise in all of sports, and you don't have state income taxes. So if you want to go ahead and leave, I would have matched the money. Whoever's gonna, was gonna, present you a contract. If I couldn't go find another quarterback or maybe draft a quarterback, I probably would have matched that. And if you would have decided to go ahead and take that money with another team, hey man, good riddance then. We'll see you later. I've had 9 years now, the body of work of a Dak Prescott. I played this game. I got a call from Bill Belichick. When I went to the New York Giants camp, I went to the camp. I know what I'm talking about. Dak Prescott do not put no fear in me. I'm nearly 58 years young, man, and I need 2 plays with Dak. He don't put no fear in me. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not those guys. He's just not. I got 9 years. I know quarterbacks, man. When I played against Brent Favre now, I played against some first-round quarterbacks. That dude right there, I'm telling you, on the big stage, his eyes get real glossy. They get real glossy. Like last year, I was recalling last year, they asked the guy when they played the Green Bay Packers, when you picked the ball off and ran it back for a touchdown, what was your read? What was you thinking? He said, we saw on film that every time that the Dallas Cowboys came out in this formation, we knew he was going to CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee Lamb likes running this little slant route on the inside. The guy never took a back pedal. He never took a step back. He sat on the route, watched Dak eyes. When Dak released the ball, he jumped the route, and it was a touchdown. And that's what Dak be doing. And for people out there, man, that want to still try to defend Dak Prescott, hey, man, all you doing is just you're culling this guy and you're fostering lies when I'm dealing in reality. This is real serious business with me now. This ain't no joke. I played the game since I was 7, 8 years old. I know what goes on out there on the football field. And I'm telling you, Dak Prescott is not leaders of men. He's not. He's not a leader of men. And Jerry Jones just really put $60 million freaking dollars out there for nothing. And I don't care what anybody say. No, does he play defense? Absolutely not. We understand that football is the greatest team sport. Underline that word. It's the greatest team sport. But at the same time, can you match point for point? Can you get into a shootout? Can you get into a shootout the way Tony Romo did years ago when they played the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning was quarterback and they came out to AT&T Stadium and he threw for over 500 some yards? It's like you just continue to add to the avalanche. That's my issue with Dak Prescott. I mean, if a team scored, you can't take your team back down there and score. Why do you got to make it even worse? Why do you have to make it even worse? And these are the things that I've noticed about it over the years. We got enough body of work. Again, I'm not saying that Dak played defense. I'm not saying that it's all on him. Well, all I'm simply saying, the guy never takes and put these boys on their back and take them. I'm talking about in crucial game and moments when they're playing really tough teams. I'm not talking about the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders when they wasn't playing well, so forth and so on. I'm talking about the big dogs. The big dogs. Can you put these boys on your back and take them to victory? Can you do that? And I just haven't seen it, man, in 9 years. So again, not really sure where the Dallas Cowboys go from here. And I'm only speaking with passion because I'm detached from it as far as that. But this game is a beautiful game, man, when played correctly. And again, Cowboys did not come out and play the way they should have. I'm getting a text. Hold on just a second. Yeah, they did not come out and play the second half the way they should have. And that was an issue. That was a problem. Shout out to Tim. What's up, Tim? I see you in the house with me this evening, man. Y'all welcome to the replay. This is a replay sports show, man. I'm your host, Jabril A. Rashad, man. And I see where you shouting out, man. Yeah, Tim, I'm the biggest Dak fan on YouTube, but has totally disappointed me this season. He's ghosted. Man, again, I mean, to those who know what I'm talking about, we've supported Dak Prescott. We supported him. I remember Troy Aikman, man. I mean, Troy Aikman got, man, beat up his rookie year. The man was 1-15. I mean, I remember when the Philadelphia Eagles came in here, man, back then, they sacked Troy Aikman 11 times, man. Then he took a whooping, man. He went and got Emmitt Smith in 1990, the same draft that I come out of. And in 1991, and the next thing you know, it was history. It took us 3 to 4 years to get there. It's a progression, and I get it. But it just seemed like, why do you, just like the first interception, why would you throw that ball down the sideline like that? I mean, you got to have the presence of mind to know. This is what I'm talking about, the difference between the Patrick Mahomes, the Tom Brady's, and so forth. You have to understand the circumstances and have the presence of mind in the game that you're backed up on your own 35 to 25 yard line. Whatever you do, don't try to, force the ball, or don't try to do something crazy that's going to cause a turnover to give the other team the ball in great field position. I mean, you would think after 9 freaking years making $60 million that you would understand that, Dak. But no, you do something and you go with the football where you think it's gonna, where it's gonna be, and it's an illusion. And you've seen this many times before with the San Francisco 49. This is not your first rodeo, but again and again, he does the same thing, man, and then try to put on some type of performance toward the end when really, man, I mean, I don't know if, to be honest with you, if Kyle Shanahan, maybe he had a couple of questionable calls, and I think the defense did pick it up a little bit and got a little bit more pressure on Purdy. I mean, again, this type of game was really a game where I could have really used Michael Parsons because he provides that kind of pressure. And there were times when Purdy was just sitting there in the pocket. But I think Kyle Shanahan made a couple of calls that he probably shouldn't have made and allowed Cowboys to do some things too, man. But I don't know. I mean, the season is still young, but we are getting into, they say, the second half of the season because they're now 3-4. So again, going forward, it's not going to be easy because they got the Atlanta Falcons coming up. The Commanders, man, you can't do nothing but build on a win like what they had today with that Hail Mary catch. And I don't know how they're going to bounce back from it all, man. But I don't know, man. Y'all chat out and tell me what you think, man. Where do we go from here? Let me check over to the comments. I see. What's up, Arthur? And welcome to the show. Thank you for joining, man. They CD number too much. Or they say they call CD number too much. Yeah, man. Well, you're paying a guy nearly $40 million, man. I mean, when it's time to go with what you have. Brandon Cooks, man, is still out. I thought maybe, just maybe, they probably would have went back and maybe got a guy like Mari Cooper, man, but they let him go, to Buffalo. You need great route running, man. You need other receivers to really step up. The young guy they drafted out of South Alabama, Jalen Tolbert, I think he got some upsides to him, but he's just not it right now for what we need right now. I know they got a couple of, guys, man, young, players on the offensive line. And, to be honest with you, I don't think they did a bad job. Yeah, we had a couple of penalties here and there, but, I don't think they did a horrible job. But I like the way Dallas started the game after taking such a shellacking against the Detroit Lions 49-7. They came out and played the game with a certain mentality that you got to have week in and week out. And I was glad to see that part of it. Defensively, offensively, and not so much. Again, they try to put on a late performance in the second half, but it was close but no horseshoes. So again, I don't know where we go from here. I guess you try it again next week. Maybe you get some players back healthy. I think Deron Bland should be coming back. I know he has a little bit of a setback. He was in practice, and then all of a sudden he was back on the course again, they said. And I don't know about Michael Parsons. I think they said he may be back on the Atlanta game or the game after. Hopefully you do get a Brandon Cooks back if he's ready to go. We got some injured players, man, because we're getting into the tougher part of the schedule. It's not over. Don't get me wrong. And I mean, you're only 2 games back, and we have yet to play. We still got 2 games against Philly, 2 games against Washington. But it's getting almost into the second half in the third or fourth quarter, late third quarter of this season. You only get so many of these games a week. So I'm hoping, man, that these guys would step it up, man. And I don't know, go back, watch film, try to build out this league. But yeah, we just recapping. Like I say, the Dallas Cowboys, if you just joined us, you know they lost to the San Francisco 49ers this season, 30-24. And I don't know, I don't have the stats to be honest with you guys, because I'm actually having to come through I'm not even streaming. It's actually the way I normally stream it and so forth. That's why you don't see the mics. I'm just streaming it through. So that's why you don't have the highlights and so forth. But at the same time, hey, shout out to my boy. I see you, Bone, in the house. That's my guy, man. Pittsburgh Steelers to the heart, man. He say, how about them Cowboys? Yeah. How about them, Bone? How about them? How about them Cowboys? Once again, we lose. No, hey, Sin, I see you now. Welcome to the replay. Yeah, well, y'all can come vent, shout out. Let me know how you feel and what you think. Do y'all think the Cowboys gonna win against the Atlanta Falcons, or is the season already over before we even got it started? I don't know where to go from here. I don't even know what to say. Again, it's a long season, but it's getting real short at the same time. So I'm hoping they go back to the drawing board. Maybe they come out with that same mentality again. This is still a young season. They can galvanize themselves and put some wins together once you get some people back in your starting lineup. That's the only silver lining that I see right now. That's the only silver lining that I see right now. Getting some of them players back healthy, and hopefully they can put some games together. But I just don't know, guys. I just can't with Dak Prescott. I just can't. I can't continue to drink the Kool-Aid because the throws. I'm not even talking about when they was down 30-17 or 2. I'm talking about early parts of the game when opportunities was presenting themselves, and it's like the same old thing, the same old story. And to be honest with you, I was actually over to a friend of mine's house. We were watching the game, and I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna go. It was in the third quarter. I said, because I've seen this story play out too many times. You look in Dak's eyes. Once you look in his eyes, you can tell, man. I said, here we go again. Y'all know that song say, here we go again. He always talking about, here we go. No, we're going to play the Isley Brothers. Here we go again. Yeah, that's what happened. Here we go again by the Isley Brothers. They need to play that song all up in the Dallas Cowboys locker room. Here we go again. So I don't know. We'll just try to, take a hat off to the San Francisco 49ers. It wasn't like they had some guys coming in, limping in. They get their bye week this week, but they had guys limping into this game as well, and they had some guys that was out, some guys they lost for the year. Ayuk didn't play. So, it's no, they backs were against the wall. They lost to the world champion, defending world champion Kansas City Chiefs last week, and they was 3-4, and their season was on the line. So now they're 4-4. And Dallas is 3-4. So Dallas got to continue to win to get back to 4-4. It's going to be a tight race, guys. It's going to be a tight race. So I want to see how they respond. I want to see the mentality. I want to see, again, they responded, the way they should have responded, especially coming off a bye week. You got to let that loss they took against the Detroit Lions, let that sit in for a minute. But they started the game out, played hard, man, all the way to the finish line. But again, man, they don't count the ones that finish second. So, again, this is going into the month of November, but keep in mind, as we say in the game of football, that they always remember those who finish first in December. So we're not in December yet. I'm going to try to, continue to, think positive here. But, man, I don't really know what you take from it other than the fact that they didn't quit. They did, they hung in there kind of like the Baltimore Ravens game. But it's going to be too late pretty soon, especially if Washington keep playing the way they're playing, because I really felt like if Washington would have lost to Chicago, that would have kind of brought them back into the pack. But with a young team like that, and that young kid, Jaden McDaniels playing the way he's playing, you can only build on a win like that, whether they, warned about Hail Mary or not. The fact of the matter is this young boy came in. Y'all think about this for a second. Being a rookie, he comes in with a hurt cartilage, wasn't even really supposed to play. He toughs it out, and he brings his team back. That's what I'm talking about. This kid threw nearly, a 70-yard pass up in there with a, it's hard to even breathe to try to throw a football that deep. And this kid did that. And he's just a rookie. So these are the little subtle things that I'm talking about. When you don't have no quit, you got that dog in you, and you gonna bring you just know You know, those who've been around back in the 70s and stuff, we knew Captain America. If y'all don't know that name, Roger Staubach. Let me put it like that. You knew if Roger Staubach was on the field, you had an opportunity. You at least had a chance when Roger the Dodger was on the field. You understand? It was because of Roger the Dodger. Roger is the reason why they came up with the Hail Mary tone against the Minnesota Vikings. But not so much. Like I say, you know, when San Francisco went up 2 scores, I said, nah, I've seen this movie before. I know the ending. I knew I was kind of surprised. I was driving back to the house. I knew I had to get back and try to do the show live. I was kind of surprised when I turned the TV back on. It was 30-24, I believe. I was like, oh, what done happened, you know? But at the same time, I kept saying, nah, I just don't have no confidence in this guy. I just don't, you know. But for those of you all do, I know we got some diehard and some riders out there and Cowboys and just bleed blue, and I'm fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not emotionally attached. I'm not. I played the game. I'm not emotionally attached. I played it. I was on the field. I mean, I was out of conference when I played. I'm telling you, as a former defensive back, Dak Prescott do not impress me. He just don't put no fear in me. And I'm not going to keep drinking the Kool-Aid. So, granted, if they were to lose the next, if they finish 5-12, my story would have rang true. What I said before, I said I would have waited this year out. If you at 5-12, you know you're going to probably draft in the top 7, top 5, top 7, definitely top 10. So if you get in there, why not try to go out to a Shedeur Sanders? Why not? I mean, why not? But, you know, I don't know. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it now. That's $60 million gone down the tube. This dude here. So again, he's gonna have to show me. Yeah. I might have moved to the state of Missouri. Yeah, I might as well move to the state of Missouri and move to the show me state. Because you're gonna have to show me. Dakota Prescott's gonna have to show me. But listen, you know, I see you. I got to shout Blessing out. What's up, Blessing? I know your Detroit Lions. You in the house. Thank you for joining me on the replay. I see you say why you so late? Let me see. That what you're saying? Let me put it up there. Let me make sure I see. Why you up so late? I'm doing my live show. We played at 7:20. I know y'all played earlier. Or did y'all have a bye week today? Y'all may have a bye week. This is shout out to Blessing, y'all. She a big Detroit Lions fan. I'm not mad at Detroit because I can a team that ain't never even won a Super Bowl, ain't even never sniffed a Super Bowl. I mean, I'll be excited too. I'll be excited too. Nah, man. Blessing good people, man. So, you know, it ain't over though. I mean, I'm not saying I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'm simply saying they gotta build from here. They gotta build from here because you know, the race is close. It's close in the NFC West. It's closer in the NFC East. We haven't played Philly again. We got to play them twice. We got to play the Commanders twice. But you know, and Dan Quinn know Dak Prescott. I think he's gonna have Dak Prescott number. We shall see. You know. But again, tonight was just one of those nights. We wanted to recap it. And if you all are just joining us, you know, I'm sorry. We already recapped everything. I don't want to hold you too long. I know it's late. People got to get up and go to work in the morning. So we'll do it. We'll do it bigger, man. Come Atlanta Falcons next week. We'll see what the Dirty Birds are talking about. And hopefully we can bounce back, you know, and we don't believe in no more victories. No. We don't believe in no more. So anyway, let's see. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm looking at all the comments. But yeah, I just want to jump on the postgame. This is the Cowboys postgame show live on the replay where we're still trying to make it day. And guys, I want to thank y'all for hopping on with me real quick here. And y'all vent out, let me vent out a little bit. And we're going to go back to the drawing board and see what happens. You know, season's still young, so we'll see what happens. But again, I want to thank y'all for coming on with me. You know, I'll be right back at y'all. Y'all stay tuned for my other uploads on the Black Box channel. Get out and vote. Don't forget to do that. Make a decision on that. And we're gonna come back and look for those Black Box uploads. I appreciate y'all joining me. Okay, and God bless y'all. Be safe. Start your week out strong, and don't have no Cowboys hangovers. All right. Peace and love, y'all.